Happy hump day, degenerates. We have huge news. You've probably already heard. And we had a green day in the market. So we're going to look at that. We're going to look at the Yieldmax declarations today. And it'll be quick. You're degenerates, so your attention span is no good, like mine. But today, this was 11 a.m. I think I saw word of it earlier, but this is on Business Insider. Yieldmax ETFs today announced a significant enhancement to its distribution framework, moving all single stock option income ETFs to a weekly distribution schedule. This means Misty, Platy, Simsi, Tesla, and all the others. And we'll talk about the effects of that in a little bit. They're also going to pay, they're going to have 2 paydays each week. They broke into groups. Group 1 will declare Tuesday, X date is Wednesday, payday is Thursday, and then Group 2, deck date is Wednesday, X date is Thursday, payday is Friday, which is what they've been doing. But Group 1 is going to consist of Yieldmax, YMAG, Feet, 5e, Ulti, Salty, Let's Freaking Go Y, Chippy, Gypty, QDTY, SDTY, RDTY. So they'll pay Thursday. So we're going to get an extra payday. I do own some Ulti, Yieldmax, and YMAG of that group. So excited to see what happens. That'll start next week. Whoop. Group 2, and this does not include the target 12s, the regular monthlies. I think Biggie, Soxy, Renty. I don't track those anyway, so I don't. Group 2 is going to have the same schedule. They'll play Friday, every Friday, not every fourth Friday. You got Abney, AIYY, AMD, AMZ, Apley, Babo. I love Babo. Babo had a huge declaration today. We'll talk about that. The Berkshire Fund, Coney, Circo. That's the new Circle Fund. Carvani, Disney, Dre, which is DraftKings, Phoebe, which is Meta, GDXY, Gamey, which is GameStop, GUI, HIYY, Hui, JPMO, Maro, Murni, MSFO, Misty, Nef, Nvidia, OARC, Platy, PyPy, Robley, RDYY, which is the Reddit. That's new. Simsi, Snoy, Tesla, Tesme, Zomo, XYZY. Used to be Squee, remember that? Back in the day. And Ybit. Also Fiat, the inverse funds, which they struggled today because the market was green. Fiat, Crash, Dips, YQQQ, and Winter. Winter's been on a tear lately. Let me get rid of this ad. I hate ads. That's what you get for free information. So the groups are broken down. Group 1, Group 2. Group 1 will pay Thursday. Group 2 will pay Friday. Every Friday. Starting next week. Target 12s will remain monthly. They'll declare on the first Tuesday of each month alongside the Group 1 ETFs that week. Blah, 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 and then a bunch of other stuff. But that's huge news. Will it be good for Yieldmax? I don't know. They've struggled compared to the competitors. They're still paying. But their NAVs have gone down and their dividends have gone down. So we'll see what happens. Maybe this will stabilize them. I'm optimistic. I'm not closing anything. I'm not selling anything. I own, I believe, 18 high-yield ETFs, and probably 12 or 13 of them are Yieldmax. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll talk about it. My beef is I got to change my spreadsheet. I've got it separated by weeklies. Yieldmax Group A, Group B, Group C, Bitwise, Group D, and then I have my top 10, which we do on Sundays. But let's look at what they declared today. These are, the weeklies declared today, the normal weeklies. We know who they are, and we'll update it. I already put them in. I averaged the last 3 dividends, and then I do a yield based on that. I did not update Salty because Microsoft Excel does not have Salty in there. So let's just put the current price in. Salty's been down. The market's been up. Salty is a short fund. They do options on things they're bearish on, but it's a good hedge. I mean, the market's all-time highs. I think some of these inverse funds might be something to throw a little money into, but we'll see. They closed at $39.95. They're down 0.62%. So let's put that in. $39.95 down 0.62. All right. Let's look at Chippy. These are the Yieldmax weekly normal weeklies. They went from 40 cents to 43 cents. That's good. They got a raise. They're at 38%. I'm looking over here now. Let me zoom this too. I see it fine here, but I know if you're watching on a phone, maybe flip the phone over so you get the long view. All right, GPTY. They paid 31 cents today. 30 cents they declared. Again, these all pay Friday. They're at 35%. Let's freaking go. Y went from 43 to 51, up to 66% yield. QDTY went from 21 to 24. They're at 24% yield. RDTY went from 30 to 36. They've gone up all the last 3 have all been higher. 37% yield. SDTY, which is the S&P, went from 18 to 15. They're kind of averaging 16. They're at 19%. Salty, we just updated that. And 62 cents, 63 cents, 60 cents. It's pretty stable. 81%. Alti, which is cheap, $5.50 a share. 9 cents, 9 cents, 9 cents. And they've been paying 9 cents for a couple of months. 86% yield. But if you want to hedge, and it's not a one-to-one hedge, Salty and Alti, they're both paying over 80%, and one's bullish, one's bearish. So I don't own Salty. I'm thinking about it. Just in case the market turns down, Salty's going to go up. Their dividends are going to go up. And, distributions. They're not technically dividends. But anyway. YMAG, 9 cents to 20 cents. About time. 51% yield. YMAX, 13 cents to 14 cents. 49% yield. It's about time. We don't see YMAG and YMAX go up or down at the same time. It seems like every week one declares higher, one declares lower. Excuse me. So that's the Yieldmax weeklies. Group B declared today. Let me zoom this. And again, it's not going to be Group B anymore. So I'm a little sad. They got to do what they got to do. They have struggled. So let's go to Babo. I love Babo. They went from 79 cents to 88 cents, 77% yield. I do own that. I bought it a long time ago when they were paying 100% and just collected the dividends. Dips, which is the short NVIDIA fund, they went from 28 cents to 16 cents as expected because the market's just been up. They're at 45% yield. Phoebe, which is it's Meta, used to be Facebook. They went from 45 to 30. Don't own that, don't care. 39% yield. Again, based on the average of the last 3 and the current price. GDXY, 64 cents to $1. This is gold miners. Gold hit $4,000 today. First time ever. So gold is, if you want to get some gold exposure, this is the one to do. They're 54% yield, but that is going up. $60, $64. The last three have all gone up. JPMO, huge increase, 27 cents to 42 cents. They're at 24% yield. Boring to me, but if you want JP Morgan exposure, pretty safe, I would think. Again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Talk to a financial advisor. Do your own research. There, I spit that out. Murney. I do own Murney because it's degenerate. They're at $1.83. They paid 9 cents, 7 cents, 11 cents. They went up. They're a 67% yield. I bought them when they were, I think they were close to 100%. They may have been 100% yield. Anyway, you buy these, set and forget. You don't add to it if the yields are down, but you own them. They keep paying. And again, these are going to pay weekly now, which is insane. So I imagine the next payment will be, a quarter of that, 2.5 cents. We'll see. But that's why you got to watch. You got to subscribe. You got to like. Turn the bell to notifications all, and we will talk about them all the time. NVIDIA. 64 cents to 79 cents. Big day for NVIDIA. 59% yield based on that average. PlayT, everyone's favorite. Averaging $4 a share payment. They went from $2.44 to $3.28. So less than the average, but higher than last month. 87% yield. That's the winner of Group B. So that is Yieldmax. Again, I got to redo this spreadsheet completely. Put these all to weekly. I'll take the prior dividends, the distros, and divide them by 4, and we'll average it that way. And I'm thinking about doing, I have the weeklies all in one tab here. I got Rex, Yieldmax, Defiance, new fund, BITK. I'll talk about that in a minute. I got Granite shares, love Granite shares. I got Roundhill on weeklies. I'll probably do a separate tab for each company, just to make it a little easier for me, maybe easier for you. Let me know in the comments. But BITK, which is, let me pull their site up. It's from Tuttle Capital. It's an IBIT 0 DTE covered call ETF. Now, IBIT does not have daily expirations. They have weekly. So I assume they're going to do their covered calls on Fridays. 0 DTE. Right now, they just have buy, call, sell, put. I think they're all, those are treasuries. Here we go. They have a 64 call, 64 call, 64 call, all at December expiration, which is at the money for IBIT. Let's see what IBIT did today. Well, yeah, let's see what IBIT did today. IBIT was up. Okay, they're at 70. So we're in the money on those. And then they did puts, I think the same strike. Oh, those are puts. Yeah, they're all 64 calls, 64 puts. It's a synthetic, basically. All expire December 19th. And then I imagine Friday they're going to sell covered calls and 0 DTE. So we'll keep an eye on them. But look at this. And I didn't update that price either. No, that's not a big deal. They paid once, $1.50 on a $26 fund. That's a 297% annualized yield. They declare again tomorrow, along with Granite shares. I will be watching that very closely. I don't own it yet. Big shout out to Wolf up in PA. He talked about the bid the bid and the ask, there's a huge spread on those. So you may want to put a limit order in if you do buy this. I want to see what they declare tomorrow, and I may buy some tomorrow. Not, 10 shares, something like that. But anyway, they declare Thursday, X date is Friday, and payday is Monday. And I do not have a Monday payer, so interested in that. Let's see. I want to talk about a couple of some in the market today. Number one, AMD on a tear. This is AMD. The huge gap up, had huge news, and they've stayed up 11% today. AMDW Roundhill up 12%. AMD up 9%. Didn't capture the whole upside, but we'll take that. AMDU Defiance up 15%. AMDU from Defiance wins on the AMD daily coverage. You want to go to 2X, you got AMDL, they're up 22%, as expected, double what AMD did. AMYY, which is the Granite shares, the yield boost, they do put credit spreads on AMDL, only up 0.71. So I don't understand that at all, but they're paying massive dividends, so we'll keep an eye on that. I don't own that. Let's look at, I didn't update their price. Let me put that in real quick. AMYY 25.33. Let's go up to Granite, or down to Granite. Here's Granite. AMYY. They're at 25.33, up 0.71. And again, AMDL up 22%. They captured 3% of that. But they're paying 94% yield. So you can't complain. But it's something to keep an eye on. If you're not capturing the underlying, I like to see 75% on the upside, 75% on the downside, so they don't go down as much as the underlying. But we'll keep an eye on it. Stay tuned. I'll do a prediction video. I predict the declarations for all of these funds over the weekend. Now I got to do all of Yieldmax because they are weekly with 2 paydays, Thursdays and Fridays, and a lot of work. So hit that like button. Anyway, have a great day, and I will see you guys on the other side.